Hello, everyone. Welcome. Jesus Christ, what a strange 24 hours it's been. Holy hell. Boy, howdy. Boy, gee willikers. Hello, everybody. Hey, Milk, how you going? Simon, Ludacris, Desi, American Jords. Good to see everybody. Very short one today. I am very tired. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a story. It's a story of time mismanagement and eye strain. So, I don't know what day it is for you. I don't know if it's a Sunday or a Monday. If you're in Australia, it should be a Monday everywhere, right? Monday everywhere? Is it a Sunday for anybody? It's still Sunday somewhere. Alright, so for the Americans, it must still be Sunday. Well, that's good. Okay, so listen. I wasn't about to drop the streak for this, alright? I just really messed up my time. So yesterday, we did a little bit of Origins, and that was all well and good. But the problem with yesterday was, if you don't know, I'm trying to basically do a video every fortnight this year. It's going to be very difficult, but it's I've been on track basically. Because I couldn't get TGB episode 12 finished by this fortnight, I ended up starting a new project this week and was pretty much on track to finish it in time. Fortnite reference, Skull Trooper, Renegade Raider, Victory Royale. But anyway, so I was close, and I had managed my time very well. I basically was getting blocks of the video done on certain days, and had made a schedule so that it would definitely be done by the time the 28th, Sunday, rolled around. The problem is, I got a little bit lost in the sauce throughout the week, especially with streaming every day. And I ended up mistaking the days, and I thought, for some reason, that Sunday was on the 29th. And so I started operating on this new time zone. And basically, we get around to the 28th, which is actually Sunday, and I've realized that obviously the video isn't where it should be for that day. And so last night was all of yesterday after I finished streaming, and all of last night until just past midnight was a dash. It was a dash. I was trying to finish it without rushing it. It needed 2 days more, and it had 1 day, and it was very painful. Now I got close. I'll tell you what, I got close. I'll give myself a little pat on the back. I got fucking close. But I didn't finish it last night. And I was a corpse by the time I got close. And so it'll be out probably, definitely out by tonight for me, but I don't know what time it'll be for you. In the next, the next 10 or 11 hours. So that's how that happened. That's how that went down.
Bruce.
Jesus. That was very loud for me. Did I change the audio for that? Khalid Thanks so much for the Prime, dude. You just made us hit 400 subs, which is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, that was a really long way of me saying that the video didn't come out on time, but I tried and got very tired as a result. It's why I'm not really playing a game today. I'm just like, my head is mush. My sleeping pattern's been so good, so consistently for so long now that staying up like an extra 2 hours, I feel good, like I feel operational. It's kind of like I copped a concussion unexpectedly, you know? Like, oh, thanks, Rogan, that's sweet. I'm really trying. It's hard for me to do. And it's like I was being a little bit hard on myself because the video is quite short. It's about It's going to end up being about between 8 and 10 minutes long, depending if I cut this section out. I've been thinking of snipping off. But the thing is, it's so dense. It's pretty densely edited with a lot of cinematics and a lot of just a lot of gags that require a surprising amount of effort. And so to do it in a week, I think it's definitely one of the fastest videos I've ever made, but it's not super long. It's compact. The thing with a compact video as well is everybody, like most, or at least a lot of people will see the entire thing. With longer videos, it's like most people only get a certain percentage through the video, but the shorter a video is, the more likely people are going to see it to the end. So you kind of want... everything has to be of the same quality all the way through, I feel like. I try to do that with every video, but you'll see with longer videos, you can sort of pace yourself a little bit more. There can be slower portions and stuff in a longer video because the people who stick around for, you know, past the 50% mark are probably going to stick around for just about the whole thing. So you can, you know, you can have some variability in the pace. But with a short video, you kind of need to make it, I don't know, you need to make it a smooth ride the entire way through, and that takes quite a while. Will I ever make a long video? I'm pretty sure, like, most of my... what would you consider a long video? I think most of my videos are pretty long. Like, I'd consider a long video, like, 30 minutes plus. 20 minutes, maybe. 40 minutes plus? Alright, we have different standards. The last video that I made that was, like, 40 minutes was TGB episode 10. That was 39 minutes and 32 seconds, but close enough. What is my longest video? I think my longest is I ranked every Lego Batman mission. That's 58 minutes long. And then the bug is 50 minutes. Demolition, a lot of the Arthur Becomes episodes were really long. Like, most of them are 40 minutes plus. Brawler wasn't. Bug was. Demolitionist was 47 minutes. Magician was 23. Survivor, though, was 41. And Speedrunner was 44. Speedrunner is one of the most densely edited videos in relativity to its length that I've ever made. I still think that's one of my best videos. I was so happy with the Speedrunner. Arthur Becomes was a good decision. Despite the fact that it delayed TGB from being finished, I think Arthur Becomes was a good decision still. Hey, thanks, Rogan. You would definitely be crucified for that, bread. It's possible, Clayman. That would be a good video essay. Now, you can sum up my hatred for most vehicle missions pretty easily. It's usually... it's from that older era of games where they were usually just chucked in and they felt so stilted because they were sort of just added in to increase some sort of variability, but they often weren't very good. Will you ever do anything like Arthur Becomes in the future? I actually have... tacked on is the word for it, yeah. I think Lego Batman's ones aren't so tacked on, but there's definitely worse examples throughout different, like, PS2 games and stuff. Batman Begins did do it surprisingly well. Will I ever do anything like Arthur Becomes in the future? So there's a series that I will definitely, well, most likely do once TGB is done. Definitely not the same scope as TGB, but I do want to do it. And I'm not sure if it will fall under the Arthur Becomes umbrella, or if I'll make it an entirely different thing. But without spoiling what it is, it definitely could fall under sort of, I guess, like a pseudo season 2 of Arthur Becomes, but it could also be named something completely different. I'm not sure. I have to see what I do for it. Because there were leftover ideas for Arthur Becomes, and if I got somebody to help me with, like, custom mods, like, if I paid somebody to actually help me make some mod ideas that I had for Red Dead 2 that I just couldn't do myself, then there could definitely be an actual season 2 of Arthur Becomes. One of the ideas that I really wish I could have done was like the Necromancer. So I wanted to only be able, like, I wanted to be able to resurrect fallen enemies and then have them basically carry through with me for the entire chapter. So eventually I could just have like a fucking whole army. It's obviously very difficult to get them to carry over through cutscenes and missions and stuff, but it could be really cool. And then I had like another... there was a spin-off of the Necromancer, which was like the leader or something. He was meant to be like a villain with minions, and I would not illumination minions, just minions, like thugs, what do you call them? Henchmen. And I was gonna like go through the missions and add, every mission I completed would be like, I'd add 3 henchmen or something. Goons, if you will. Oh damn, I'm wishing you the best, Line. Thanks for dropping in, dude. Good luck with your shift. Early shifts are, they're rough. Thanks for stopping in, dude. You should do a video essay on Arkham games. I think Arkham games have enough video essays. I don't know if I have anything totally original to add to the conversation there. The videos that I do plan on making out of the Arkham footage, I think, are quite original, though. It's gonna be a very me take on the Arkham series, I think, which will be, you know, fun. Like, the amount of video essays there are about the Arkham games is just, like, type up Batman Arkham video essay. Or even just Batman Arkham. There's fucking 50 billion of them. And there's some great ones too. Like, I really don't have much to add there. Somebody has a playlist. Somebody's made a playlist on YouTube of Batman Arkham video essays, and the playlist is 60 videos long. And some of the videos are like 2 hours long. One is 3.5. Like, I don't think I have a single fucking thing to say there, dude. Like, it's been said, and then some. See you later, Hayden. Thanks for dropping in, dude. Like, my sort of belief is, like, even if you say the exact same thing, if it's coming from a different perspective, there's still value in it, but I don't have a whole lot of desire to make it personally, because I don't find, like, my perspective, I don't think is all that different from what's already been said a million times. You know? I saw a Batman video essay that was 3 hours, and they started at the Great Depression. I'm not kidding. It's crazy. You get tempted to do that writing, like, anything. Anything. Whether it's fiction or non-fiction, whether it's a critique or a story. Like, I feel like when you sit down to write something, there's a lot of pressure to get the words and the vision that you have in your head so perfectly onto the page that you feel almost like you need to give a full context as to how you
Arkham video essay would be funny.
Yeah, maybe, Dom. Thanks for the 100 bits, dude. You feel that pressure to give the audience your total context for how you reached a conclusion, or like how the idea came to be. And so that's why I feel like a lot of video essays may even go a little too far back. And, you know, even some fictional stories, like you ever read a book where it just focuses so intently on giving you the description of where you are, and that grates on me a little bit. I don't usually like that type of writing, but I understand where it comes from. I think, as somebody who's like tried to write a lot of different things and has written a lot of different things, like, that's something that I picked up in myself with anything. Look at those earlier episodes of TGB. Like, that's what that is. That's
yeah. The late streams are a nice knife to the shin.
Hell yeah. Sorry if it's too late, Simon. obviously I can't make a good time for everybody, but I have been trying to stick to a good time. It's just this week's been a little chaotic. Like, yeah, I don't know. I remember like those early episodes of TGB. I just had this big grand idea in my head, and I had to give that like I felt like I had to give absolutely everything, and it was just too much. What topic would evoke you enough to make a video essay? I have a few that I would like to make, but not really video essays as a format, you know? The format isn't super fun for me. I'm talking about like the intellectual video essay, you know? I don't have a whole lot of desire to like really pin a topic down like that and smother it with research. And I think you know the one that I'm trying to explain. The intellectual video essay is the only way that I can think to explain it. Become a content farm? Hey, that's a good idea. That sounds really good, man. Yeah, I've played Assassin's Creed, Michael. I played 1 through Revelations, but I never finished Revelations. Played a little bit of 3, played a tiny bit of Black Flag, but Assassin's Creed to me is like 1 through Brotherhood, really. That's what I think of. 2 is a great game from memory. I haven't played them since I was a kid. 2 is amazing. I had so much fun with Brotherhood. I played them a lot on the Xbox 360. Would you mind explaining your about section? It explains itself, pump action. There's that one guy that did a 12-hour retrospective for Morrowind and Oblivion. I mean, look, that's like a different kind of video essay, though. Like, sometimes a video's length is justified. If you're going to go through and you're going to explain, like, an entire game and all of its internal systems, 12 hours doesn't even really seem like that much. Like, if you're to really go in there with some, like, and you're just looking to explain the way different things work and how it meshes with the entire game, like, that thing is that's a mammoth project that's going to take forever. 12 hours may be excessive, I don't know, I haven't seen the video, but those are kind of different. When I think of a video essay, it's usually like tackling a certain individual topic. That's more like I guess, yeah, it's a retrospective, it's a in-depth look. You're like dissecting the entire game and explaining all of its individual parts. Do I like Hitman games? I really do. I played the shit out of Blood Money as a kid. I really loved Absolution as well. But I haven't played too much of the recent ones. I played through 1, the reboot 1, but not all the way through. I do like them though. White Light's excellent. Really like White Light. White Light and who's that other guy? I can't remember. White Light stands out a lot, though. I like White Light. He does that sort of intellectual video essay where it's like, it's classic video essay, but without like the video essay transitions, and like you'll have the stop motion paper background and lots of rhetorical questions and stuff like that. He doesn't do any of that, thankfully. I might do a urologist video essay. Jurassic. You know the style I'm talking about? Like, I don't know, my brain's mush at the moment, but you know what I'm talking about. They have a very, very distinct editing style, and they're always like, but what does this mean? And how did we get here? Very nostalgic, yeah. Yeah, there's some drawings that need to be done still. Definitely not today, though. My brain barely works. I don't even know how we got to this topic. I don't even know how we got here. all I know is that this video is almost done, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think there's some pretty funny gags in there, and I think I'm pretty sure it's something that hasn't been done for Red Dead 2 before, which is nice. Yeah, I looked around to see if there was anything similar beyond a Reddit post. I don't think anybody's really tried this sort of thing as a project before, so that's cool. Oh Jesus, Desi's got it. He's onto it. What American food do you wish you could have in Australia? I mean, we kind of can get everything. The Reddit post could get me? Nah, it's not really... It's like tangentially similar. Like somebody talking about trying something similar. Not even really exactly. Would you ever consider editing videos on stream? The way I edit might be kind of frustrating for people. Like, do I have a Reddit? I think I have a Reddit account. I don't really use Reddit or any social media more than I have to. I used to use Reddit kind of a lot back in the day. Mine was never really that toxic. I just had like, I don't know, I would follow game subreddits and stuff, and that was it. But in recent years, I tried not to use anything if I can avoid it. As if we were ones to criticize an editing process, you definitely would. Oh wait, do you mean a subreddit for the channel? Yeah, there is one. There's a TGB one and an Eyezayar one, I think. What editing software do I use? I'm a slave to Adobe, so Premiere Pro, Photoshop, After Effects. They hurt me. Adobe's got me by the throat, basically. Yeah, no, the way I edit is probably somewhat frustrating for people. I'm very, slow is not even the word, just particular. Hate Premiere Pro so much. It's, you know what? Sometimes it's my greatest friend and sometimes it's my worst enemy. And I pay for them, yeah. Like, big L on my forehead right now. His editing style is built different. It's built fucking strange, Trained. It's like, I can sit here for hours on end and edit something. It's not so much that I might have too much downtime in between. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I'll sit there and for a section, like, I'll spend an hour searching for the perfect, song for something, and then if I edit something with a song in mind and then I end up changing that song, then sometimes the structure of the edit has to change to fit the rhythm of it, and yeah, it takes a long time. Do you like any other Aussie YouTubers? Auntie Donna is hilarious. I've never heard of Auntie Donna, but yeah, there's some great Aussie YouTubers. I was just talking about this the other day. Like, I keep stumbling across more and more Australian YouTubers that I think are just great. Like, the obvious ones are obviously, like, you know, Dark Viper. Well, there's one. No, I've got quite a few that I follow. Let me have a look. I found that other guy not too long ago I was talking about with the man videos. Conulon is his name, I'm pretty sure. He's very funny. And seems to be somewhat starting out. Like, he's got 40k subs, but it seems like he's sort of reset his channel in terms of direction a little bit. Pretty funny. There was a guy I found the other day as well. I just keep finding them. There's all these Australians just, like, washing up on my recommended, and they're hilarious. You'd have to catch me in a better mental state to be able to remember to tell you the truth. Modest Pelican's awesome, obviously. Who else? Who have I got here? Take my word for it. These Australians, they go crazy. Laserbeam? I haven't really ever watched a full Laserbeam video. Oh, really, Clayman? That's interesting. I don't know what you're gonna do there, Jurassic. That's a rough one. Delete Snapchat might be a good start. An old man's advice. Get rid of it. Delete it. You don't need it. It's poison. I'm just looking through my thing. I mean, the Big Les Show goes unfathomably hard if you've never heard of that. Completely made by one Aussie dude for the most part. Besides some of the earlier episodes, he had friends helping him, but yeah, I just keep finding Australians. Would you be a good therapist? Probably not, considering I'm not trained to be one. I'm sure if I got the training, I might be okay. I wouldn't tell anybody to jump off a bridge or anything. What about Yeah Mad? Never heard of Yeah Mad. That's a very Aussie name, though. A lot of Aussie channels are like skit channels, I've noticed. Australia isn't real? We live in another realm. It's as real as we're as real as you need us to be.
I got a bounce, but always great to watch the stream when I can, and I'm already starting to work on Killer Mog.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Thanks so much, Simon. Thanks for the 100 bits, man. Have a good one. Enjoy your night. Man, my brain really is hurting. Big Les looks like it has Joel Haver vibes. Man, Big Les show is kind of a beast of its own. It's kind of insane. I recommend it if you like Australian humor. You don't even really need to like Australian humor, but watch it from the beginning, and you'll have to like, I think it's got its own charm to it, but the early episodes have a very, very scuffed art style. The whole show is made in paint, I'm pretty sure, but the dude who made it, Jared Wright, I think his name is, he got so good at animating with paint that the later seasons look like some actual fucking, like, it looks like a pretty much professionally produced show. It's insane. So, and he all does it himself. He does, like, pretty much all the voices. He, animates it all. I think he makes the music for it. The guy's like a fucking Australian childish Gambino, just able to do, like, 50 fucking things. So yeah, I recommend the Big Les show. I think it's like the pinnacle of like a one-man army type of production, you know, and it's got a bunch of spin-off shows now as well. It's crazy. It's got like a whole expanding lore, and it's pretty wild. It gets pretty wild. It's like God, what could I liken it to? It's like Adventure Time crossed with fucking, I don't know, copious amounts of drug use and, I don't know, something like that. It's very, very funny, though. Or at least it was when I watched it. I'm sure it holds up. Anyway, how are you guys doing? So just Adventure Time? No, but it's like, I don't know. You've got tradies and you've got Sasquatches that smoke pot, and you've got, it's, you know. But funnily enough, it never came across as like a show trying to be edgy, which is kind of interesting. It always felt very homegrown and just sort of, its humor was its humor. It wasn't really trying to do anything. You could very much tell that it was just what this guy found funny. And that's an extremely charming thing to watch, honestly. Even if it's a Sasquatch smoking a bong. You can just tell this dude found that funny. And his friends found it funny. And it kind of just sprouted off from that. What other comic characters other than Bruce, man, do you like? Oh yeah, I love Lewis Spears as well. I've been watching him a lot lately, username. My name, whatever you prefer, dude. I still don't know. Yeah, I started following Lewis Spears a while ago, but then most recently when he had like all of that jaw surgery and stuff, like I really started following him from there and followed like some of his recovery and everything, and now he's like performing on stage again. It's pretty inspiring, to be honest with you. What was I just about to say? What other comic characters do I like? I like, well, I'll tell you, some of my favorite comic characters at the moment are, besides, like, Bruce. I love how Rick is done in the Walking Dead comics. I think I prefer Rick in the comics to Rick in the show. I mean, both are great, but I'm really liking how he's shaping up. Hellboy as a comic character is awesome. I've only read, like, the first volume of Hellboy still, but Hellboy's great. He's, he's got, like, a personality that, oddly enough, he feels like he would fit in Red Dead Redemption. He's got, like, he feels almost like an Arthur Morgan sometimes. He's got, like, that gruff humor, and that, he's kind of dry, you know what I mean? Who else what other comic characters do I like? Omni-Man was fucking awesome in the comic as well as the show. There's a lot of little side characters in the Invincible comic that I've been really liking. Those are probably the new ones that I've sort of taken a liking to lately. Do I like Telltale's Walking Dead? I really do, but every single time, I've got the whole collection. Every single time I go to play it, I just end up playing the first season, and then I don't continue. Never played season 2. I just play the season 1 every, like, 4 years, and then never again. I don't continue. I think I've played season 1 of The Walking Dead, like, fucking 4 times at this point. So, like, probably twice every 4 years, but... I'd love to see you stream No Return. The new Last of Us mode? Maybe, we'll see. I like Telltale Batman from memory, but I only ever played the first season. Or the first game. I can't remember how it works, but I did really like it. I'll probably do it on stream one day. Have you ever had a French vanilla from Timmy's right before bed? I have no idea what that means or what that is. So, no. Man, I keep forgetting what I was just about to say. This is brain mush. This is actual brain mush. This is like... Oh, this is... I think I edited for... Do you want to know something? Let me be, like, generous here. I think I edited for... Yeah, no, not at the moment, Ludicrous. I think I edited for like 14 hours yesterday. It was not healthy. It really hurt my head. Because I thought, I can get this done with one less day. I can, and you know what? I probably could. I probably could have. But I just kept hammering away at it, and there was parts where I didn't want to rush it. Like, I knew that I wasn't being, like, ultra pedantic. I wasn't being super hard on myself. I was just like, this needs to be done in this way. I don't want to, because otherwise this gag isn't going to land the way that I want it to land. This has to take time, whatever. Or I need to re-script this part. And so I probably could have gotten it done, but I did everything I could. It was like 14, 15 hours. It was from like when I got off stream yesterday. I had like a 20-minute break, and I jumped straight into editing. And then I finished. I had a few tiny little, like I had dinner and stuff, but then I finished at 12 a.m. And that's when I was like, okay, this isn't getting done tonight. So it was a time. It was a time. Yeah, that's what I'm hedging my bets on there, Alexa. Just noticed you're following Seth Sentry on Twitter. Seth Sentry is a goat. That's another Australian that we have some talented people in this country. I mean, I'm sure every country has talented people, but you obviously notice the ones from you have that, like, you see another Australian doing well and you're like, or they're like really talented at something, you're like, that's my dude. Not USA. Do you know that annoying Aussie Man Reviews guy? Is he annoying? He was big on Facebook when I was like a kid. Is he still... Like, he had a massive, massive presence. Aussie Man Reviews. Whenever I see another American, I just think they're a fat ass. That's very sad. That's one thing I think is still pretty... Like, Australia is kind of changing. I feel like Australia is slowly trying to mimic, like, or maybe not trying to. I feel like it is, especially with our politics, slowly getting closer to what it's like in the US in terms of just... It's becoming more about loyalty to a party and less about what they're proposing. I'm not going to get into politics here, but one thing that I still think is very present in Australia is, like, if there's another Australian doing well, all the other Australians will usually be like, I really love you, bro. I see you. You're doing good. It's all... I still see it to this day. Even if it's the smallest fucking thing. We get an Australian who, like, stops a fucking bakery from being robbed, and they're like a national hero, right? They are a national hero. It's like they stopped a terror event, basically. It's pretty wholesome. Or, like, I don't know, some kid draws a fucking picture and it ends up on the news or something. Sometimes. Morning news, at least. Why do we get to be a country and continent? Because we signed a deal with the alien races that secretly control the planet, and they said it's okay. Something. Invincible plot? I don't know. We signed a deal with the Viltrumites. Hey, thanks, WW Jot. I'll just call you Jot, if that's alright with you. Here in Brazil, we kind of have the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of sweet. This chat is becoming pretty disappointing. I think this... Oh, that's me, don't panic. I think this chat is lovely, most of the time. As far as Twitch chats go, I think we got a pretty good deal here. To tell you the truth. Excuse my lack of professionalism here with the phone going off. You'll have to excuse me. Professional streamer? We're doing good. What is this? Day? We've even stopped saying the days now. This is day 28. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, exactly, Alexa. We don't have any bans. I've banned like 2 people, I think. I've banned like 2 people in the entire time that I've streamed. And really, all it's ever been is somebody coming in and again, just like spamming the N-word or something. Sorry, I meant that as a joke. It did not land. No, I'm with you, Chase. Everybody here is evil. It's just me and you, Chase. Get on that rooftop. We're gonna have to fucking fight the undead below. AKA this Twitch chat. Plotting? Hey, don't get any ideas. What did Australia think of Trump? Look, I'm not even gonna go there. Look. It's pretty much the same thing. Like, we do have people here that are very much like on... Like, they'll mention American politics, and we have people on all sides. Like, it's just people at the end of the day. Country to country really doesn't change that much. It's like, you know. Insta Reels comment. God, Insta Reels. God, Instagram's like a whole other beast, right? I don't want anything to do with Instagram. It hurts my head. I never enjoyed using Instagram. It's awful. Where was I? I had not long just been born. Well, in that year anyway. Shit. I just nailed down the birthday even more. Now you know I was alive during that year. Man, I gotta be careful. You're just fucking manipulating me. God, you go insano style. Was that intentional? Unbelievable. Holy fuck, was that a plot? That's wild. That was orchestrated. That was fucking premeditated. I won't believe otherwise. How easy it is to yap for 42 minutes. Like, I actually can't believe this. It's harder for me to play a game for 40 minutes. I don't know what this is. Just a regular conversationalist, you know? Yeah, you got me there. I fucking walked straight into the net. That was like literally, you know, rat trap type shit. What do you mean it's easy to talk about random bullshit? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard for a lot of people to talk for like a while. That's what most of being socially awkward is, I feel like, not knowing what to say. Like those moments where you're talking to somebody and it's just like that 1 extra second of silence. It is hard to talk sometimes. Being in person's a little bit different, but it's kind of the same on stream. Like I have had periods where I haven't known what to say on stream all of a sudden, and if it goes for that extra second, sometimes you're just like, fuck. You're actually talking to nobody. It is a little bit easier though, see, because when I don't know what to say, I can just attach to one of the random things that somebody said. That's a little bit, so it is a little bit different, but you get what I'm saying. You're actually talking to nobody and none of us are real is a scary thought though. You could all just be manifestations of AI and I would have no idea. Who's your favorite chatter? I don't play favorites. You're all equal. Well, that's not true. You're all about equal. Oh god. You're not AI, you promise? How do I know this is the real heat on Twitch? Yeah, it's hoodie. There. I said it. It's the hoodie 99. The rest of you, you're a strong 4. The hoodie 99. He's a close 10. This stream of Enter Game Here is my favorite. What is the stream title right now? I can't even remember. My brain is like a bowl of soup at the moment. It is very short yap session. And the tags are esports, bald, Bruce pilled, Robert Freezone, Yapaholic, and English. Just in case you were wondering. I love that you unintentionally revealed your birth year just now, as if there isn't a Bruce and Robert episode where you said you recently turned... No, but I don't care about the age. I've just never revealed what my birth month or day is. And I don't think I will. People give that out very willingly. I'm surprised. There's not much you can do with a not much you can do with a birthday at the end of the day. At least I don't think so. But, you know. The less everybody knows, the better, you know? Probably. I was still raised during that time where, this is very, if you're younger than if you're 18 and under right now, you might have just missed this. But I was still raised during the era of you don't give all of your personal information on the internet. Like, when I was growing up and we were just gaining access to the internet in my household and everything and at school and stuff, it was don't put photos of yourself on the internet and don't say what your full name is, your birthday, your fucking address. But now, you may as well have a fucking fingerprint and social security attached to your TikTok account. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm old. I'm old. Like, I had a bot message me on Facebook. I had a Facebook account when I was a kid. I had a bot message me one time, and it was just like a generic bot trying to like start a conversation, but that was like lockdown in my household. That was like, who is this random fucking predator in my Facebook chat box? Unplug the computer before he gets in the fucking house. Jesus. When I was like 11, I accidentally read my credit card info out live on stream. 4.5 years later, I'm still paranoid someone's gonna find it. Jesus Christ. No, it's like, well, I tell you what, for somebody who was brought up in that sort of, like, with that sort of attitude towards the internet, fuck, what was that? What did I do? I fell for one of those, like, what would you call them? The pop-up ads? So they were like, you've won a free, you're our 1 millionth visitor. You've won a free iPhone. Now, my approach to that was probably, looking back on it, it was extremely dumb. But my approach to that was like so naive that I'm pretty sure, I can't remember the exact details of this situation, but I'm pretty sure I got insanely close to entering the credit card information of my parents' card. And it was only when my older, who was it? It might have been a cousin that was like, that is not a free iPhone. That is a one-stop shop bankruptcy application. Don't do it. You're dead. You're literally dead. So, pretty smart child, if I do say so myself. Just destroyed me. Destroyed me. There was an Avengers game years ago that had microtransactions for an in-game currency, and I remember trying to use websites that get you free coins. Oh no. No. Milk, don't do it. I wish I could go back in time and tell you not to do it. Yeah, I destroyed one of the first laptops I ever had by clicking on like fucking, it was like free Club Penguin membership fucking bullshit or something. You learn though. You learn. You learn when the laptop, like every time you boot it up, it takes like 45 minutes and it starts overheating when you turn it on because it's probably being used as a fucking Bitcoin miner by like 72 different people around the globe. And fucking like, when you boot it up, you get a bunch of pop-ups on your wallpaper. You're not even connected to the internet and somehow you've got 35 pop-ups asking you if you want to try this pill and asking you if your antivirus is up to date, and there's it can get pretty wild out there. It can get kind of crazy. Yeah, now the free V-Bucks, the fake V-Bucks stuff goes pretty deep, I think, Jurassic. As soon as a game is like targeted somewhat towards children, you know that shit's gonna happen. Even not targeted, like the same thing I'm sure happens with like COD points and stuff. I lost so many Roblox accounts as a wee lad due to free Robux scams. Yeah, now that's rough, dude. Yeah, you boot up your laptop, all of a sudden there's single ladies in the area, there's fucking mystery magic pills that'll grow you 6 inches taller, either vertically or horizontally. I won't say which. Crazy stuff. This seems like a perfect opportunity for a NordVPN sponsorship. I think Nord reached out to me once. I think they reached out to me one time. It might have been Atlas though. Can't remember. I'm glad as a kid my parents always paid for my memberships, otherwise all of our computers would have been infected. Yeah, look. You gotta blackmail them with that information. You don't have enough sponsorships? I've never done one. I almost did. I'll tell you what happened. I almost did one. When I came back to doing TGB, I thought, you know what? I'll try it out. I don't really love the idea of it, but I'll try it out. So I get contacted by a company. I'm not even gonna say which. I think the relationship's broken now. Because I did something pretty silly, but also kind of funny. So I was like, this company that I think is actually pretty good reaches out to me. They've sponsored like quite a few YouTubers that I like. And I was like, oh, this, this sounds, I might do this. I'll try it out once. If it makes me feel extremely uncomfortable, I won't do it again, but we'll try it out. And so I emailed them back and they're asking me for what's my general sort of rate, and they want some like statistical information about the channel, just some like light audience related stuff. And so I was like, okay, I gave it to them. I gave them my rate. The thing I did with my rate was I was trying to play businessman. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it on my own terms. And so I just gave kind of a silly number. It was kind of silly. It wasn't like $1 million or anything crazy. It was just beyond what I am pretty sure they would pay most people. I just went, you know what? You start high and then you wiggle them low, right? The tactical business move. I got him. Call me Saul Goodman the way I'm out here negotiating and manipulating. Let's see. And I was like, all right, that's my offer. Sat back, folded my hands behind my head. I'm a true negotiator. They never contacted me back. They fucking just immediately ghosted me completely. Just gone off the face of the planet. And what's even sadder is they had gone so out of their way to contact me as well. They were doing follow-up emails. Before I responded, they were trying to get to me. Follow-up emails. Hey, just checking in that you saw our email. We would really like to work with you. This company would actually, we have a spot open during these months. We would love to work with you. Follow-up emails after follow-up emails. I respond once with something maybe slightly silly. Kind of silly. Never fucking heard from them again. I remember days were passing and I was like, oh, well, it is a Saturday. I'm pretty sure they'll get back to me on a Monday, on a business day. You know, Monday rolls around. Well, I guess Mondays in the office are pretty busy. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it was that silly an offer. And they did want me. Tuesday rolls around. Wednesday rolls around. All of a sudden it's Friday and I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm never hearing from them again. I'm never hearing from them again. I guess they didn't want to work with me that bad. But yeah, and yeah, that was not a great, look, I'm good at some things. Business negotiations may not be one of them. I'm a one-man army, all right? In terms of what I do on YouTube, I don't really communicate with many people. Not my finest moment. Not my finest moment at all. But it wasn't even that crazy, man. It was like, here's the thing. I think a lot of people lowballed themselves for a long time with sponsorships, and now most companies that sponsor will do like kind of low things for like channels much bigger than me. And so I did like a calculation based off what the video was likely to get. And I thought, you know what? On fucking TV, man, if this many people were seeing this ad, you know, and I never do ads. This is another thing that I factored in, right? I factored in that I never do ads. This would not only be my first, but it would very potentially be my last. So, like, isn't that an exclusive spot? I know I'm not a massive channel, don't get me wrong. I'm not delusional. Like, there's an audience there, but it's not fucking Mr. Beast or anything. But look, it might have been my last one. There was an exclusivity to it. They didn't, I don't think they gave a fuck. They were just, yeah. I think, like, I got kind of embarrassed because I imagine they would have looked at the number in the office and gone, come get a load of this fucking guy. Come get a load of this absolute buffoon. Can you imagine? What an actual fucking fool. Not my finest moment. We'll put it that way. But you know what? I left with some pride. I left with some pride. I exited that interaction with some pride. I didn't undersell myself, okay? And that there is the story that details how I almost had a sponsor on the channel and didn't. Pretty crazy. No, it was I think I was hovering at around, man, I might have been at 240k at that point. It was just whatever I was at before I uploaded TGB episode 10. Yeah. Not that I don't really think that factors in much. They mainly go off like, what's your demographic? How many views is the video likely to get based on like your last 10? That sort of thing. But anyway, you know what? I wasn't really that cut by it because I don't really want to do sponsors all that much. I don't have a problem when other people that I watch do it or anything. You know, you just tap the screen 60 times and it's over. Some I'll even watch if I really, like, if I really vibe with the person's personality. Like, I don't really care that much. I'm all for people making entertainment to be paid for the entertainment. So I don't really worry about that. I don't care about that. Personally, though, I just almost don't want to... I just don't want to do it. It just seems... It's like, for the dumbest reasons, too. Like, I just don't want to ruin the flow of a video, and I don't want to talk about something that I don't want to talk about. So I just don't want to do it. Maybe I'll do it. I'm not saying I'll never do it, but... And, like... How you going, Kellic? See, I'm learning. It wasn't Raid. It was somebody who I actually wouldn't have minded being sponsored by. I thought it was kind of cool. And it's not like an oversaturated sponsor depending on who you watch. So, you know, I was happy to try it out with that company. It sort of came at the perfect time. I was thinking about trying it out, and then this company that I kind of like contacted me, and I was like, I'll try this out then. Anyway. And yeah, some people make ads very funny. I don't know how much effort I would want to put into an ad when I already want to pour most of the effort into the project itself, but like internet comment etiquette has great ads. Like here's the ones you don't skip, you know, but they're rare. I'll get brainstorming, Kopi. I want you to hit me with something crazy. But put it this way, right, as well. I would rather put the effort into trying to, like if I'm going to have an external way that the channel makes money, I'd rather put effort into the Patreon, which I have done to some extent. It's still not exactly where I want it. I want to automate some things so that there's more appearing there more often. But, like, making that more worthwhile and then it's kind of a little bit external to the channel is what I would prefer to do. It's, I would prefer to do that than go through the effort of, like, trying to find a sponsor that isn't dog shit, sorting through all the scams, doing these, like, negotiations where sometimes they just take 4 days to get back to you or they don't get back to you at all. All of that sort of stuff. Holy shit, we've yapped for an hour. I really
have arrived back home, King. LFG.
It was the Children's Hospital. I was getting a very exclusive sponsor there. Thanks for the 100 bits, lols. Appreciate it, dude. Welcome, welcome. What was I gonna say? So I should probably go in a second and polish off this video. I was going to say something else, though. I can't remember now. I'm not sure. Overall, I'm feeling good about this year in terms of the channel and everything, and things are going well, and I've maintained more of a schedule across the board than I ever have, really. So I think things are going well. And I've always kind of thought, like, put it this way, there was a lot of things for me to fix to make the channel do better before I had to worry about sponsors, if that makes sense. Like, I've always been of the mentality that, hopefully, this may be a little bit naive, but the more effort I put into this channel, I think it, I think is better, effort better spent than pursuing sponsors and stuff. I would rather just make better things and reach more people. Again, not saying I never will do one. If the right situation arises, you know, I'll try it. I'm not, you know, I'm not open to trying it, as I was just explaining, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, exactly, James. This is my soapbox, don't you get it? This is my yap box. I saw Fortnite skin. It would go hard, I'm just saying. Anyway, enough about money. Who cares about money? Who actually even cares? I saw doing the gritty. It would be kind of crazy. The apps are always a pleasure. I'm glad somebody enjoys them. Hey, look, I like yappers. Yappers are the best for when you're doing chores around the house. If I can be your yapper, then that's an honor. If I can be your yapper, if you're doing the dishes, if you're, you know, you're at work with a sneaky earphone in, and I can be your yapper, that is an honor, I think. I've got a couple of yappers, and I appreciate them dearly. So, look, not everybody's fond of the yap, but some people are, and those are the ones you got to focus on, you know? Nuking the bathroom, but I was doing chores. That's a good day right there, Bread. Exactly, Milk. Just announced a podcast already. I don't know about that. This is basically that. I actually had an idea. I was talking about this the other day for a, like, I was thinking of taking all of these yap sessions and then chopping out the topics and having a separate channel where, like, each topic can just be its own little video. Not too much effort poured into it. Maybe I'll even just go YouTube 2014 and add, like, some random gameplay in the background and something. But I don't know. I feel like if I was to start another channel, I would want to do more than that, but maybe. Is it a clip farm? I wouldn't want to make it clip farmy, but I guess that's what it would be. See you later, lols. Hope you enjoy the video. I think, well, you're in Australia, so it'll be out tonight for you, but I was missing the uploads from you last year, so happy that I get to hear you yap every day this year. Hey, again, the idea is to be around so much this year that people get sick of me. That's kind of the tagline in terms of YouTube and Twitch and all of this that has kind of happened over the years. Oh, hell yeah. Well, it's only 8 minutes long or 9 minutes long. Yeah, I don't know if, I don't know how many people did expect it, Rogan. Nobody should have expected anything daily from me or anything like fortnightly Skull Trooper, obligatory Renegade Raider. So, but because, like, again, like, I've been so spotty with everything. There was a... I'll see you later. Is it Caleb or Celeb? I don't know, but thank you very much. Have a good day for you as well. Thank you. Man, my brain is soup. Did that sentence even make... Kleber? I'm so horrible with pronunciations, dude. I hope you take no offense. I really do feel bad when I mispronounce somebody's name. Unless it's like Sloppy Nuts 43. Like if I say it's Slopey Nuts accidentally, I'm not going to feel too bad, but you get what I mean. Oh, sweet. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks. I'm going to say it wrong. I appreciate you. Don't crucify me. Oh, cheers, dude. Fuck, where was I, man? Where was I? Nah, I can't do it, Milk. Where am I here? What was I responding to? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, everything's just been spotty. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. There's been a couple of times throughout the channel now where, and look, I'm not looking back on this and being like, what could have been, but there's been a couple of times throughout the channel where if I had the schedule that I have now and had have put the things in place that I have planned for this year back then, that I'm almost certain the channel would have been double the size, or maybe even bigger. That may be delusional, but there's been a couple of times where it was like the sweet spot. It was the opening, and I was still extremely spotty with uploading and streaming, and just wasn't really fully there. Like, the biggest one is definitely around the $16 thing. Like, that was a time where I should have... I'm not going to say should have. There's reasons why I didn't beyond the obvious, but, you know, that would have been the moment to, like, crunch down and just... If I really wanted to mega grow the channel, it would have been at that point. But there's been some other times as well, like, there was a... Let me look on the channel. It helps me to get a visual. Oh, TGB's a fucking excellent example. If I had a hammered TGB out consistently when it started, it would have been a much less good series. But, like, you know, it would have benefited the channel statistically speaking. But yeah, those are probably the two big ones. But I've always seen little openings. Hope you don't mind me asking, but what's changed from last year to this year so far? Is it just motivation or being more disciplined, or there has been different things over the course of, like, it feels like it's been a long time, and I suppose in some ways it has been a long time. Like, since I really started uploading on this particular channel and things started blossoming, I suppose you could say, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16. It's been 5 years, and that is, I suppose, a long time. But, like, I call myself an old man, and I suppose I am in some ways, but I'm still pretty young. The last 5 years has been very, very strange. Like, it has. I must have. When did I start this? This was. Yeah, so I really started uploading on this channel when I was like 18. And so, or like I was probably around 17, I'm not sure. Now I'm the ripe old age of 55, of course, but what am I trying to say here? There's been different reasons over the last couple of years at different points where I haven't taken full advantage or been able to dive in completely like I am planning to this year. And it's just been like I'll say in 2022, I don't like really want to go into it that much, but I was in 2022, like, it was mostly physical illness. In 2022, I planned on making this planned on basically doing what I'm doing this year, and 2022 was just a constant barrage of, like, being sick, basically. And so that was the main reason in 2022 why I just, like, couldn't take hold of anything that I wanted to do, basically. I think I did stream a little bit in 2022, and you'll probably remember how every single time I basically started streaming, I was mentioning how I had either just been sick or I was getting sick or something. So that was the main reason in 2022. But yeah, different stuff throughout the years. Stuff that I'd rather not dive into. Not just because it's, like, not the most fun thing to talk about, but also because it's just like, let's get on with it, you know? I think, I still think that the channel's best days are ahead of it. Basically, I think. What did somebody say there? I just missed that. 2020 to 2022, Eyezayar was peak. I completely disagree on all fronts, but if you're talking in terms of like growth and stuff, then yes. But I still think that the channel's best days are ahead of it. I still think some of the best ideas that I have haven't been done or completed yet. And I'm not even just talking in terms of stats. I'm talking in terms of like I really do think I'm the best writer I've been. I'm the best editor I've been. And I'm the most locked in that I've been, basically. And so I think that, and I'm probably the healthiest I've been as well in a really long time. So that's a pretty crazy, that's a pretty crazy combination. Those are some hefty infinity stones, you know what I'm talking about? So unless I'm hit by a fucking bus, which is possible, you know, I don't know what the exact percentage chance is, but it can happen. Unless I'm hit by a bus, dude, or the equivalent of a bus, well, I think good times are ahead. I think, as I said, the channel is yet to see its best days, I think. Dude, Jesus, it's fucking hot in here, I'll tell you that much. The aircon does not reach this room when the door is closed, believe it or not. It happens, Jurassic. Like, you know, and it's also sometimes, especially with mental stuff, it's like, sometimes you just have to ride it out, and there's no real, there's steps you can take to feeling better, but there's like, in terms of that raw feeling, you just kind of have to sometimes, it's like how a cold isn't going to go away if you have a fucking hot shower. Like, the hot shower might make you feel better, but sometimes you just have to ride it out for like a week or two until it's fucking done. The mental stuff can be very much the same, I think. At least it was for me. If you finish TGB and Bruce and Robert Season 3, 2024 will be a highlight year. That's the goal. That's the goal. I learned a lot in January, I'll tell you that much. I learned how much I can get done in a week, and it's kind of insane. So, we're off to a good start, I think. TGB is a mammoth. TGB makes me very nervous. I'm really not sure if I'll be able to complete it this year. It's kind of up in the air, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I think it's possible. I really got to try and make sure that I don't have too many of these fortnights. Shout out Skull Trooper. I got to make sure I don't have too many of these fortnights where this, like, I do have to default onto a side project to keep on track. Like, I need to make sure that I'm changing my approach a little bit to make sure that I can get these episodes done in time. Fortnite, default, resist the urge. It's hard. It's hard. I have to say it or you're going to say it. What if you got an eyesore tattoo? Don't do it. When TGB is complete, sell out and have TGB Blu-ray exclusives and be sued by Take-Two Interactive to the point where I have not a cent to my name. Dangerous activity. Dangerous stuff. Alright, we've been yapping for a long time. I think I should probably wrap it up. There's still quite a bit of polish to do on this video. I needed this break from editing, though. I'll tell you that. As I said, I edited all day yesterday, and then just fucking some like Terminator shit. Just rose out of my bed at 7 a.m. Corpse walked, made a cup of tea, and just started again. But it's worth it. I think it's good. I think the video is turning out good. So, worth. Asylum vid maybe this year. I'm not promising anything. I'm really not promising anything full stop, but the only thing that I'm really making the focus is TGB and Bruce and Robert. TGB #1, really. The series needs to not only continue, but see a conclusion this time. Benefit is there's more planning for TGB, both in terms of like upcoming episodes and the story and everything. There's more planning for the entire project than there ever has been. So I have the framework for just about everything. The only thing is now that it just needs to be done. It just needs to be applied to an episode and finished. So, anyway. Arkham vids will be after Bruce and Robert is done, though, for sure. Okay. I think I'll call it there. Thanks for listening to that. Whatever that was. Various different bits and pieces of sludge. Yeah, alright. Excellent. Well, that's an interesting combo, James. Hopefully you got something out of that. Hopefully it was something. I don't know. My brain's soup. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks Lemons. Thanks Ludicrous. 7th, Desi. The streams will hopefully fall back into their right schedule and not be so late from tomorrow onwards. Maybe from the next day onwards. I might need to sleep in a little bit tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But we'll get back to Origins and things will be a bit smoother once this video is released. Thanks, Milk. Editing's nearly done. We're almost there. So, alright. Cheers, everybody. Have a good rest of your day/night. And I will likely see you tomorrow. Day 28. Crazy stuff. Let's not forget. Alright. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Goodbye.